What's up, guys, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the installation process for the Jb4. So first thing you want to do is remove the engine cover, which I just popped it out later there to make it easier for one-handed. And then you also want to remove this cover right here. This is where I think is the best place to put your Jb4. So you're going to want to remove these covers. You are going to need a long flathead screwdriver just to be able to undo the clips easily. It just makes it so much easier for you guys. So I would start out by laying the Jb4 there, finding your best possible route. You want to make sure you have enough wire. You don't want to have it too tight or pull on it too hard. Find the best route you can. So what I did is I used this channel right here, cut through there, and then ran it to where it needed to go. So let's start from the passenger side. You just simply undo this T-map sensor. You plug in the Jb4 one, and then of course it has a splicer. You can plug the original one into that one, and then that will allow the T-map to be connected. You want to do the same thing for this side. Very easy to get to. You don't have to remove anything to do so. And then if you do want the boost controllers, you don't have to do that, but like I said, you can only use map1 if you don't do the boost controller. If you do the boost controller, then you can use all the other maps for your Jb4. So we're going to start with the left side boost controller. So this one's fairly easy. You just simply make sure it clicks in first, then you push in the tab. Thank you. Push in the tabs. And then I just set the splicer one right here. I think that's a good place for it. I ran the wire across. These things don't get hot enough to damage anything. There is braided covering on them. It does look pretty factory, to be honest with you. So I just ran it like this, straight across. The map one, I just came across the front here. It does not interfere with the hood. That is very important. And then the hardest one to do is this one underneath this inlet. So you're supposed to make it easier, to remove this. Unfortunately, I did not want to mess with it, because what happens through all the heat cycles, these clips will literally dry rot and break. One broke off on the other side just from the heat cycles, and this is a 2018. So I did not want to chance this not coming out properly or a seal breaking in there and then not being able to reattach it. So what I did is just simply use a flathead, pop up this clip, made that loose, pop out the boost controller, the boost inlet clip right there, undo this one and this one to remove the pipe for the intake, and then once you do so, disconnect all those, you should be able to just carefully wiggle it out. It can be kind of tough, especially if it's never been removed. They kind of get seized on there, so just gently wiggle and pull. You don't want to break anything, but it will eventually come out. You'll remove this, and under it is your driver's side wastegate or boost controller. Once you plug that one in, mine is right there. I did not want it down by the turbo and all that heat in the motor. I wanted it as far away as I could from that. Then I just ran this wire through here, right around, and you can see it connect to the rest of it, and then go to the boost controller. I think this is the best way to run the wires, in my opinion. I think it's fairly clean. The average person looking at it will not know that this is, you know, which ones are factory and which ones are not, right? And then I put the actual Jb4 box right here. I zip tied it. I'm not drilling into my M5. I may remove this. I haven't decided yet. But for now, I simply zip tied it here. It is secure. It is not moving at all. Then I zip tied the Bluetooth module on the top side, just so it gets better reception. You can see the channel. I ran it through there. And then you're gonna need to, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little black plug that you need to kind of use a long coat hanger, tape your wire up to it, and kind of push it up. Once you push it up through there, grab it, pull all the slack out, plug in the OBD. I just simply rolled, kind of, you know, tied it up and then zip tied it, tucked it underneath the Jb4, kind of like a cushion, and then zip tied that, plugged up the OBD plug to the Jb4. These wires are already attached. In the previous video, we connected the Bluetooth module, and that's pretty much it. Once you do all that, you want to start it. Make sure you don't have any codes. Now, they recommend you disconnect a battery. I didn't. What I did is I opened my hood and my door. Actually, I just opened the hood, and then I locked the car, and I put the key inside. So it wasn't nearby, so all the computers went to sleep, and then I worked on it. You can technically accidentally short a ground or something, cause a code to pop up, or even cause damage. So probably disconnecting the battery is the best way to go. The way I did it, you can do it, but probably, to be honest with you, I wish I would have disconnected the battery. It just would have made it easier. I had no issues once everything was plugged up. You don't want to drive it hard for a while, for at least a couple miles. Let the car get used to the Jb4. So I started out on map 1. Technically, at the time, I didn't have my boost controllers hooked up. I started with just the 2 T-map sensors just to see how the car behaved. It did fine. Noticed a difference. It wasn't crazy, but it was noticeable. It felt more, it felt a lot peppier. And to also help with all this, I didn't do a video, but I did replace the air filters. Now I'll throw you guys some bonus content. The air filters are a pain in the butt. You literally have to pop off both of these covers to get to this bolt. There's a bolt under here, then undo the pipe from here, then pop it out because it's connected to an air duct there. Pop it out, undo all the bolts, take the filter out. I took the factory filter, and I took the EPA charcoal filters they put in, because this was originally a California car. Not sure. I think they do it to all North American vehicles. I don't see the point of that. I think they're restrictive, and it basically defeated the whole purpose of getting K&N air filters, high flow, plus their lifetime filters. As long as you have the cleaning kit, it's easy to clean them, and they last a really long time. So I chose that route. So there is a torque spec for both of these. I think it is 28 on this side and like 40 something pounds on that side. So be aware of that. It does need to be torqued back. I still need to take it to my buddy's shop and have these 2 torqued, all 4 torqued. I did tighten them pretty tight for now, so I don't think they're going to move or anything, but I do want to have the torque specs checked on it, which I will need to do. So just be aware of that. One of my plastics is already cracked. I guess the first dealership that changed the air filters, which was a Ford dealership, probably got stuck or something. This got seized or stuck, and then they tried to wiggle or whatever, and they probably cracked it. I probably cracked it more, to be honest with you, but not a big deal. I could get this entire panel for really cheap from BMW. So my next service, which is still not too far from now, I'm just going to go ahead and have that replaced. That's not a big deal. I could even do it myself. Even get it like a Parts Geek or like Beamer World or something. I can get it. It's not a big deal at all. And actually make a tool to remove these, by the way. If you take a screwdriver underneath it, slowly pop it up, and then get under it and pop it out. But there is actually a tool for that, by the way. So really straightforward. So I do have the added advantage of removing the charcoal filters and the factory filters, and now I have K&N air filters on both of them. They do have these really nice pickups right there. Look at that. You can actually buy these for the M4. I don't think the M4 comes with ones like these. The M5 does. A lot of guys paint this bar, which I understand. I might end up doing that. Technically, this is not the factory grill. Some guy replaced the grill. I kind of wish... I do like the black because it matches all my other themes, if that makes sense, but I kind of want one without the striping. It doesn't look bad. My wife likes it, but I don't know. It's debatable. I guess it's preference, right? So that's a good old ADD. So that is how I ran all my wires. Like I said, put everything back together, make sure everything is snug. Don't worry, if you look, that tiny little gap right there, and this is the side I didn't touch, has the same little tiny gap. Once you seat it all the way in and push that clip in, these cannot be pulled off. You can pull on it, they're nice and tight, that's what you want. go ahead and double check all these clamps. Just always take a look around, see if you have any seepage. These tanks like to leak on the back as well. There's nothing on this one. This one did get the recall and 4 injectors replaced. So that's pretty straightforward there. Like I said, I just personally zip tied it to this metal part right here. Like I said, I zip tied the Bluetooth module so it faces up. The cool part is most people that look at this will see these wires and it all looks factory, to be honest with you. And then the cover covers it up. And the best part about the Jb4 is not only can you change their settings on the fly, if you turn it off, it's like it's not even there. To be honest with you, if you run it nicely like I did, put the cover on and you're just getting oil change or something, I'm not going to remove all this. All I'm going to do is unplug the OBD port and tuck it underneath so they can't see it, and they'll be able to access that. They'll be able to change the oil. Nothing else should really be messed with. Like I said, these are all just basically spliced, allowing it to tap into the factory connections. All it's doing. So it's technically connected now. If your Jb4 is off, it does not matter. It's like it's not there. And if it's on, it takes over. So it's a really great system. I've had 0 issues with it. And to be honest with you, I know I need to do a separate video for the drive. I'm probably gonna end up doing one at the track just because I don't want to drive crazy somewhere and get in trouble, because the speed that this adds is like going to jail speed. So I really don't want to do that. But the map1 was noticeable, great pep, great performance. Map2 93 Octane Plus was insane. Crazy power. It wanted the brake traction even in the Sport Plus with, I guess I had the transmission on 3. I just was doing 30 and hit it and it broke traction. And it's a beautiful day in Cincinnati. It's like 60 something degrees. The tires were warm, by the way. I do have summer tires. And it still wanted brake traction. So just an absolute monster with it. And then also we have obviously the E20 ethanol mix. Then you have your 100 plus, 104 plus. Then you have your water meth injection. There's just, and then you have your custom map. And then of course you have valet mode. And as soon as you go past, I think 0 in valet mode, any other map besides 0 in valet mode, I do believe the electronic governor can be removed or is removed on tunes. I'll have to see. People have done some crazy top speed runs in this thing. It's crazy, especially like on 100 octane. I think a guy had it to 211, and on 93 octane, a guy had it to I want to say 206 or 208 or no 206 on 93 octane, and like 100 octane was like 208 or something, and 104 plus was like 111 or something, or 211, excuse me, all starting with a 2. Sorry if I said it wrong. So these cars are nuts. I think the Jb4 has been developed for long enough to be safe for your vehicle, long as you don't go in there and start getting crazy with the with the tune. If you know what you're doing, use the custom mode. But if you don't know anything about tuning, it's best to just stick to the maps. Of course, if you want to add 100 octane or whatever, the car is smart enough to figure it out. Just choose the right tune. So yeah, what can I say? It's powerful, it's fast, it's everything I thought it would be, and I'm only like in the 2 lowest out of all the power maps. So yeah, a lot to look forward to. We'll hit the track, see what it is. We'll do the actual performance side of the review when we're at the track, so we can actually get a feel for it and kind of try to film it. It's kind of hard in a video to really share the speed and the the feeling of it, but it's crazy. So fairly easy to install. Take your time, don't lean or pull on anything or break anything. Just take your time, run it as neatly as you can. I think that looks factory. This, I don't want to tuck it all up in there in the heat. Like this is as factory as I can get this to look. That shot right there, I don't think that's bad. If you're looking for it, you know what you're looking for, but 90% of folks are not going to know that's not factory. So there you have it. Like I said, if you get an oil change or something done, they're not really going to mess with it, I don't think. Like I said, I'm just going to unplug my OBD and then go from there. You know, I do have an extended aftermarket warranty. It's not through BMW where they're going to nitpick it, and I can choose the service provider I go with and all that fun stuff. So you know, they're a safe way. They've been in business since 2007. Terry's done a great job with the company, and they offer it for lots of makes. Technically, my brother-in-law had a Jb4 first on his G70 Genesis, and it definitely added some power to it. And I think he's only ran like the first and second map. I think he has other options as well. So they've really come a long way. Amazing stuff. I know they're not cheap, but at the same time, I also know that my ECU is unlocked. I can get it flashed. I just don't want to. I want to be able to put on map 0 for my daily driving, just going to work, you know, in the morning when I'm tired, just trying to head to work. I don't need all that crazy power. And then when I do want it, I could do it on the fly with my phone. So it makes perfect sense to me for longevity. Don't, you know, doesn't need to run high boost or high performance all the time, right? Just like you put it in Sport Plus mode or whatever. That's the way I look at it. I just want to make sure everything is locked. You can see once that's on there, it does a great job of hiding it. And don't forget to remove, I got to do the leaves down there. There's a little drain hole that can get stopped up. Make sure you clean that out. Of course, there is a channel that goes straight down, but there also is another one down there in case any water gets like on the sides and comes down, right? They think of a lot of stuff. Just make sure you clean both sides of the channel. That one's, I think, your brake fluid, and then this side's gonna be like your windshield wiper. I think it's also your cabin air filter. You can see a couple of these there I need to clean out. So make sure you definitely take care of those. I recommend the K&N air filters, period, because they're less restrictive. Even if you didn't get the Jb4 and you put K&Ns on this and removed the charcoal, which I did, it just felt like it revved easier. It was easier. The engine felt like it ran a little bit better. It just helps it breathe better. So that can, you know, obviously it's only going to give you maybe like 3 to 4 horsepower, if that. Are you going to notice it? No. Is it going to rev a little easier and breathe better? Yeah. So yeah, and that also helps the Jb4 obviously too, being less restrictive on the intakes itself. So there you have it, guys. We will do the full power review soon when we go to Edgewater. I think that's the safest place to do it. We'll do a base run because I do believe my tank was leaking when I ran it the first time there. It already leaked into my injectors. I think they were on the way out. I only ran like 11:08 or something. This car is capable of 10 seconds all day long and 0 to 60 in 2.8. So I think it's got more to offer. I'm gonna run it in 0 mode, which is no help at all. And then we'll try map 1 and 2. And then maybe one day I'll get some 100 octane and we can do the 100 plus octane map as well. So we'll get those power numbers. You can easily look online and see it adds like, you know, 80 horsepower on 93 octane and like up to like 150 on 100 octane. So you get some big power numbers from it. And then of course you could do custom tunes, you could do meth water injection, you can do E20, E30. It just depends on what you're looking for. So tons of maps offered. I know it's pricey, you know, it's like $1,000. It's like $899 just for the Jb4, and then of course you have to also buy the Bluetooth module, which is a must. And then you do get 2-day free shipping. So there you have it, guys. Stay tuned for the power video, and then I'll see you guys next time.